What's up, dudes? Chooch back with another one. I got the Begode Xway in. And a lot of people were asking on the Blitz videos, hey, are you going to review the Xway? And I got one in to check out for you guys. The Xway is going to be kind of the off-road oriented model. And it looks a lot like the Blitz, but this one has adjustable suspension in it. And it has a little bit more torque from what I've heard. And there's a few things on this thing that just make this a more off-road oriented wheel. But let's get this thing opened up and check it out. Boom. Boom. This is sweet. Same tire I've been running on the Blitz. This thing looks very similar to the Blitz in a lot of ways, but also a lot different. The screen is not on the top handle right here, because that's one thing that on the Blitz people didn't like. You got the screen right here on the very top part. This is just like a crash bar. They say the durability of this wheel is exceptional. I've seen this thing in a few videos be absolutely thrashed. I saw one video where it went all the way tumbling down a mountainside, and it pretty much had no damage on it. It fired right back up, ready to go. Like there's not even anything, none of these bumpers or anything got messed up. So this thing is a tank of a wheel. Oh man, that suspension is squishy, bro. That's crazy. Look at this coil. So this is the DS210 65A suspension in here. Now that's wild. If you look right here, the charge ports are on the side instead of being under here where you got to kind of fiddle with it. Over here on this side is a USB port, and that's awesome, man. If you are ever in a bad situation and your phone dies, you can charge it right here off the side of the wheel. So that's cool to see. Charging port on one side, USB port on the other side. Nice headlight. All right, so I just want to give you guys like a little up close view of this Xway, man. This thing looks so good. This brand new Xway, it looks great, man. It looks refined. It comes with these power pads on here. These are the Begode power pads, and I mean, even the place, they were already on here. I didn't have to put these power pads on here or anything. They look good, man. Like I've never seen these power pads before. I don't know, I guess these just come stock on there now. I guess it has it's H and an S right here. So a hard and soft, I guess, on your suspension. And you change this by, just put an Allen key in here, and you can do it with a wrench, but the best way to do it is just put a drill in there and do it quickly. Your screen is right here, which is way better. This is just a nice crash bumper right here and a good solid place to put your hand. I'm liking these a lot, man. Those look like they're actually would be very comfortable stock power pads. I did end up switching out the stock power pads though, and I got the Grizzlink pads on here. Now these are brand new power pads from Grizzlink. If you go to grizzlink.com, you can use the code CHOOCHTECH, all together, all lowercase, and get you a pair of these things. These are the Grizzlink pads, and they got lights on them too. So they're super comfortable. They got lights on them, and it's very adjustable. You'll like them. Same pedals as the Blitz, and I do like these pedals a lot. You know, you're not going to have to buy any aftermarket pedals with this at all, unless you really want to. But these are lightweight, spiky, they're durable. They don't get hung up on anything. Is this tubeless? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy, it's tubeless. So these are great tires. I love the tubeless tires on electric unicycles. It's definitely the way to go now. It is definitely the way to go. If you do get a flat, you can fix it easy, you know, with just a plug kit and pump it back up. And it also is just one less thing to worry about when you're changing a tire. About the tubeless tires though is like when you're changing a tire, you don't have to worry about getting a pinch flat. Like when you're putting the tire on with the tools and all that, when you're trying to fit that tube in there, you always can get a little pinch flat in there. And it's just one big pain in the butt step that's removed, and the tubeless tires are the way to go, man. If you're riding an electric unicycle without a tubeless tire, that's one thing I would look for in my next electric unicycle is the tubeless. It's way better at high speeds. That tube is extra weight in there. It's something extra to mess with when you replace the tire. And if you do ever get a puncture, if you have a tube in there, you abruptly lose that air. With a tubeless tire, you usually lose it a lot slower, and it's way safer, guys. The tubeless tires are just so much better in every way, shape, and form. So look for that in your next electric unicycle. On the top part, whenever you unbox it, you're going to see an Allen wrench, and then you're going to also see this tool right here. And you need to keep, this tool is very important because this is what you're going to use to adjust your suspension with. And now this one, this is going to be for also adjusting your suspension, adjusting the actual hardness and softness of it. Why you would get the Xway over the Blitz is because the Xway is a more off-road oriented wheel. Now you saw how much fun I had on the Blitz and how good that thing has been riding off-road on the trails. That's my favorite trail riding wheel, is the Blitz. So if this is any better than the Blitz, this is going to be incredible. Now one thing it does have going for it is it has a 4,500 watt motor on it, as opposed to the Blitz with a 3,500 watt motor. And this motor is supposed to be more high torque than the one on the Blitz. So that's one of the biggest things right there. If you're wondering, like looking at them, like what's the difference in this wheel and the Blitz? 1,000 more watt motor. That's one of the main things. So there's two options of the Begode Xway right here. The 134 volt version that I have right here is 2,400 watt hours. That's in stock from eWheels right now. If you want to get the 168 volt version, you're going to have to pre-order it through eWheels. That one is a little bit more expensive. So the 3,000 watt hour 168 volt version of the Xway is going to be $3,750. If you get the 134 volt version with 2,400 watt hours, which is the one I have right here, is $3,150 right now from eWheels, and it's in stock. And the cool thing about if you get the 134 volt version, the 2,400 watt hour, it's going to be much lighter weight. And if you're getting this to be an off-roading machine, you're going to like that. That's one thing that I really like so much about the Blitz, is because the weight's low. You know, it's 2,400 watt hours, it's 134 volts, and it had plenty of power for me. I mean, I was able to ride that thing like a rocket ship on the roadway. I still got it over there. I love the Blitz. It absolutely rips. But this one is going to be very similar. And if you want to have that lower weight for off-roading, the 134 volt version will probably be plenty powerful enough, and you'll get plenty of range at 2,400 watt hours. This is the charger. You got your Begode manual right here, and then your certificate of conformity right here, in case you need that. So this is your trolley handle right here. So you got your seat on the back, but it also is your trolley handle. So you can push it along like this. And another thing with that is kind of like opening the hood to the race car, but you can see in here, this is where your shock is. You can see this latest and greatest shock from Begode, which is just insane, bro. Like, that is wild. And I'll show you how to adjust all this in a second. But that's your seat. Got your headlight right here. Bright headlight. I love these headlights. The same one that's on the Blitz. You can angle it any way you want to. Angle it down if you're gonna be riding on like bike trails and stuff. Don't want to blind people. Angle it up if you're riding at night on some like off-road trails and stuff, so you can see far ahead. Got your nice handles right here, so if you need to pick it up, easy to do. And again, this is not a screen like on the Blitz. Your screen is on top. So your screen is on top right here, which everybody likes way better than having a screen up here because it can get damaged. This is actual metal. This handles like an actual magnesium alloy. Most of the build quality on this thing, most of everything on the wheel is magnesium alloy. And that's way lighter. It's extremely durable material. Or on an Allen bit on a drill, and you can do it quickly. But you can change it from soft to hard right here. It's in the softest setting right here. You can see very soft suspension out of the box. When it's in that softest setting, very soft suspension. Let me hold on to something. Just kind of show you guys real quick. Like, dang, that's plush. Oh, and I like the seat height. Oh yeah, this is nice. Like, that seat's in the perfect position, man. Like a little bit higher up back here, just something to pop on. I like that. Simple too. It's not a big seat or anything like bulky. That's nice. And it literally acts as the handle too. That's pretty damn cool. I like that. That suspension looks good in this wheel, man. Look at that. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I gotta go ride this thing, dude. All right, I gotta get it charged up and go ride it. It has 2 bars of charge on it because it's brand new out of the box. So I definitely got to go charge it up before we go ride it. Look at that. No bind up points. No squeaking. One of the coolest parts about the Xway is this adjustable suspension. All right, so 5mm Allen wrench is what it comes with. But the best way to do it, soft, it says S, SH. I'm pretty sure this is soft and that's hard. So let's see. You got to do each one a little bit at a time. So little. Okay. So yeah, that works. Here, and you set both side, each side evenly. It's that simple. That's how you do it. Boom. That's easy. That's really easy, honestly. That's awesome. Let's check it out. Okay, so that was impressively easy. I took 2 seconds with it using the impact driver. Just do a little bit on one side, a little bit on the other side, a little bit on one side, a little bit on the other side, and you'll get it perfect. Let's see the difference right here. From the soft to just increasing it to the... Oh my gosh, dude. That's a huge difference. That is a huge difference without really doing much. Just from the completely soft mode, and now it's on the 3rd bar. Look at how much that stiffened it up. That's crazy easy. If you're going to hit some trails or go to the jump park or whatever, you could come back. I would put it on the softer side for the trails, put it on the harder side for your jumps, and for your street riding, it's kind of just personal preference. If the softer you set this for street riding, it's going to lower those pedals down. I don't know, it's kind of a way you can lower your pedals even more if you want to. If like the lowest pedal setting isn't low enough for you, just put this all the way back here on the softest mode so that suspension will kind of sag and drop down a little bit. But I mean, y'all saw how quick that was. That's pretty cool, man. And this gives you easy access to your preload adjustment on your suspension. You can just take this and stick it in here and turn it. You can access it so much easier on this wheel than any other ones. But this is the most refined, best looking all around Begode wheel I've ever seen. When it comes to how they did the suspension, how the whole build quality is, everything on it just looks great, man. This is what you're gonna wanna get. Just go on Amazon and type in like a shock pump. And these are small pumps. You wouldn't wanna inflate a bicycle tire with this because there's not a lot of, expansion room in this chamber to pump up like a whole tire, but these are made to be high pressure to pump up shocks like this. And you can see how much pressure is in here, and they're from the factory. There's about 70 psi in here right now, and so it definitely needs more. So for lightweight riders under 150 pounds, it says start with about 150 to 180 psi in here, and I'm 135 pounds. I just weighed myself the other day. I'm gonna put 165 in here. And look, you'll see how quickly this thing fills up. So these high pressure, it doesn't take a lot to pump this thing up. It takes probably less than like 8 to 10 pumps to really put a ton of pressure in these. So it's already at 110 right now, just from like 3 or 4 pumps. And then, what else I was gonna go to? I'm gonna do 160. Let's go 160. If you're, and for average weight riders, like 150 to 200 pounds, it says 180 to 220 psi. And then for heavy riders, go 220 to 250 psi. So at 135 pounds, I'm going to go 160. Right there. Lose a little bit of air when you pull this off. So going like 10 to 20 psi over won't help or won't hurt, because when you pull this thing off, it definitely loses a little bit of air. So yeah, you see that? It definitely lost a little air in there. So I'm gonna go, actually, I'm gonna go up to like 180. I'm gonna go a little bit over what I wanted at, because when you take this thing off, it loses a little bit. So when it comes to the best of electric unicycle suspension, the Xway completely nails it. And this thing is honestly a little bit scary, because the suspension performs so well on this wheel. If you get it dialed in right, you're going to be able to go so fast down these trails and you're not going to notice it. I mean, it's like a magic carpet ride on this wheel right here, because the suspension just working so good and you are just flying down the trail. And you really don't notice it. And a lot of people that maybe aren't really fond of riding electric unicycles off-road, guys, you got to give it a chance. You got to try a wheel like this off-road, because it is a complete game changer. The electric unicycles of the past, that is just the chatter you would get. and just how much you'd have to work against the machine to ride it off-road at speeds like this is crazy. And you get this thing out on the trails, you get that suspension set up right, get the right pressure in there, and it is just so much fun. So on the Xway, you got an off-road mode and you got a race mode, and you need to play around with these to see which one you like better. I think the off-road mode just has a little bit like smoother power delivery, and it's better for, of course, like climbing hills, and you get a little bit more torque out of it. You put in that race mode, you're going to get a higher rotational speed, and it just depends. You might like the race mode for off-road, you might like the off-road mode for riding on the actual road. So just play around with which one you like. I definitely need to play with the settings more on this wheel and get it, get it really dialed in. I think I got like one of the early alarms on, because I'm getting a speed warning. I'm getting some beeps just going up like one of these hills right here, and I'm not pushing it too much, but I think I got one of the kind of the early alarms on, and that's just one thing I got to play around with, is play around with the settings on this wheel, and get it dialed in. I only have, like, if you're seeing this video right here where I'm riding, I got probably 17 miles on the wheel right now in this video, and in total right now I probably have under 30 on the wheel. So I'm just giving you guys like a first impressions video. We're going to be going through getting this thing really dialed in, and I'm going to be going to one of the gnarliest off-road spots this week I've never been to. It's going to be all single track trails, just like a dirt bike haven, and I'm going to be riding miles and miles of trails on this thing and showing you guys probably some of the coolest riding I've ever done on the EUC. But I wanted to give you guys just a first impression. This is not the full review of the Xway. This is just the first impressions of it. So just since I filmed the unboxing, the price has dropped a little bit on this wheel. So it's $3,099 right now if you want to get the 134 volt version of the Xway. And if y'all want to get the Xway or any other electric unicycle right now, just use the code CHOOCH, capital CHOOCH at eWheels, and you get a little discount. So definitely use that code. It helps me, it helps you, and you can get you in. It doesn't matter if you get the Xway, it works for any electric unicycle. But comment down below if there's anything you guys want to know about the Xway, and I'm going to be doing the full review video on it, so I'll be able to cover that in the review or either answer in the comments. But overall, my first impressions of the Xway are this thing is stellar. The suspension on this thing really is no joke, man. Begode, they nailed it with this. That whole being able to change the suspension geometry makes a huge difference. And I think if you've never really tried out a genuinely good off-roading electric unicycle, this may be the next thing for you. Anyways, it's been Chooch. If y'all enjoyed the video, throw it a thumbs up. And the link below is a discount link to eWheels. You can get a little discount on this wheel or whatever electric unicycle you want to get, even pre-orders. Or either you can just type in the code CHOOCH, all capital, at eWheels whenever you go to checkout, and you'll get that little discount. I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.